13 goes into 321. The first thing we're going to do is what? Raise your hand if you know. Zach.
See if 3 can go to 3.
Okay, we're going to ignore. What are we going to ignore?
The 21 and the 1.
21 and the 1. Give me a second. Okay, we're going to ignore. Oh my gosh, that's horrible, isn't it? Come on. Every time I change it, it goes back to the straight line. Okay, it's going to ignore the 1. 13 goes into 21. 13 goes to 21 how many times? 32, thank you. 13 goes into 32 how many times? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times? Hold up on your fingers. 3 times. 2 times. I see 3s and 2s. 13 times 3 or 13 times 2? Okay, we're going to do 2. Ian's got 2. Should we test it out? Everybody test it out. What is 13 times 2? 26. Does that fit into 32? Yeah. Is it too big? No. Does that sound good to put in?
Yeah.
Where do we put our 2? Above the 2. Good. That's Daddy. What's the next step? Mother. 13 times 2 is? 26. We already did it. We know that. Where are we going to put it? Under 32. Then what are we going to do? Sister. Subtract. 2 minus 6. Can't do. We're going to borrow from our neighbor. We have 12 minus 6. What do we get? 2 minus 2 is? 0. Now what's our next step? Bring down. What are we bringing down, Hannah? 1. Okay. Now we have 61. I'm going to clean up this area so I don't have that to look at. 13 goes into 61. Okay. We can kind of guess. Okay. We look at the 1 and we look at the 6. We know it'll go about 10 times. Could it go less than that? Yeah, because we've got a 3 over here. So it's going to be a little less. What should we estimate or guess, Ian? 4? Okay. 13 times 4. Remember, 13 times 2 is 26 if we double that. Is there any wrong answers to estimate? No, but we may, by a bad estimate, have to do a little more work. So let's just guess and say 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 52. Does that look like a good estimate?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you think another 13 would fit in there? No. No, I don't think so either, but let's try. So we're going to plug it in. Okay? We're going to put our 4 right here. No, we did, brother. Remember? We brought down our 1. Oh, sorry, brother. Okay? Okay, we put in 4 times. 13 times 4 is 52, so we need to write that down here. And time to sister. Okay? 1 minus 2, can't do. Gives us 11 minus 2 is 9. 5 minus 5 is 0. Can 13 go into 9? No, so we have a remainder of 9. 24, remainder 9. Everybody good? Okay, hoo-ha! Let's do the next one a little bit slower. Number 2. What's the problem? There was no answer?
No, that there is no answer. You said what's
Oh, gotcha. Okay, 34 goes into 614. Okay? Let's just come up with an estimate for this one. Okay, we're just going to come up with an estimate. How do we come up with an estimate? We're going to ignore the 4 and the 4. And we're going to say how many times can 3 go into 61? Okay? Please raise your hand and don't shout. Ethan L. 3 goes into 6? Twice. 3 goes into 1? 0. Do we care about a remainder right now? No, because this is just an estimate. So our estimate for number 2 is going to be 21. 20, awesome. Okay, let's move on to number 3. And again, let's just come up with an estimate. Okay. Okay, number 3 is going to be 43, goes into 783. Okay, now, once again, I want you guys to notice we're only estimating. We want to come up with an estimate. Okay, what are we going to do? Mason, what are we going to ignore?
The 3.
Okay, ignore the 3 and the other 3, 1 from each. And then we're going to see if 4 goes into 78 or how many times. 4 goes into 7 how many times, Ethan? 4 goes into 7 times?
No.
Awesome.
Sorry, 10 times. What am I doing?
Okay, no, just look at the 7. 4 goes into 7. How many times? Once. Okay, how many are left over?
1.
How many are left over? 4 goes into 7. Once, which is 4. How many are left over? 5, 6, 7. How many are left over? 3. Drop down the 8. 4 goes into 38 how many times? Charles? 8 times. 4 times 8 is 32. 33, 34, 35, 36. Wait a minute. So 9. Okay? So 9 times 4 times 9 is 36. Do we care about a remainder? No. So this is just an estimate. So our estimate's going to be 19. Next one I want you to do on your own. Just an estimate. Your estimate for number 4 is going to be 81 goes into 645. Do you have to solve it?
No.
Just give me an estimate. Okay, who wants to walk me through it? Logan.
We're not solving.
We're not solving. Good.
And we're estimating.
Okay.
So, step number 1.
Step 1.
Get rid of the 5.
Ignore the 5.
Numbers in bold, or the last number in bold. And then step number 2. You take 8 and you see how many times it can go into the number.
And how many times can 8 go into 64?
If it can't go into the first number, you can go to the number and you can take it.
Oh, so it goes into 6 0 times.
And then it goes into 4. Well, 8 times.
Goes into 64 8 times.
64, yeah.
Awesome. How many of you guys got 8 as your estimate? Clap 3 times.
Oh, well, I got
Quite a few of you guys. Good. Okay, was that pretty easy?
Yeah.
Okay. Our first step is to come up with an estimate. To come up with an estimate, we are going to ignore the first number on the divisor and the last number on the divisor and the last number on that. Now, this one's a little bit tough because any that start with 1, I don't like doing that with. So I'd rather round that 18 to 20. I'm going to get a lot better estimate if I round that to 20. But I'm still going to ignore this 0. How many times can 20 go into 45? About how many, Charlie? About 2. So is that a good estimate? Yeah. Okay, that's 2. So 18 times 2. 8 times 2 is? 16. 2 times 1 is? Plus 1. 2 plus 1? Holy cow, what is it?
3.
Come on, Daxton, you got this. 2 plus 1 is?
50,000.
All right, tell him the right answer, Mason. 2 times 1 is? Plus 1 is? Round of applause, yes! Yeah! All right, hoo-ha! Uh-oh. Not quite as good as I was hoping. Let's try it one more time. Hoo-ha! Much better getting quiet. Thank you. Okay. We just did 18 times 2. Our answer is what, Daxton?
18 times 2 is 36.
Good. So if we put 18 into 45 2 times, we're going to get 36. What's our next step? Ethan?
Our next step is to
Subtract. 5 minus 6 is impossible to do. So we're going to change 4 to a 3 and now subtract 15 minus 6, which is what, Mercedes?
so would be, yeah, that would be 9.
Good. 9. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bam. Okay, what's our next step?
Drop.
Bring down. So now we have 90. Okay? I'm going to erase all this so that we can work on our 18 again. And we have to divide again. 18 goes into 90. Again, I like to round that to 20, and I can count by 20s to about 90. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So 5 times is too many. Should we go with 4? Or should we go with 5? 4. Let's go with 4. 18 times 4 should fit into 90 pretty well. So 18 times 4. 4 times 8, 32. Carry the 3. Here we go, Daxton. This is for you. 4 times 1 is? 4. Good job. Plus 3 is?
Plus 3. No, we need to do it. We need to do it
72. Good. Isaac just discovered something. What did you discover, Isaac?
Okay, so since we did it 4 times, we got 72. But if you did 18 plus 72, you'll get 90. So you
Good.
have 5 times that number.
So 5 times would have been exactly right. So Ian, I have to tell you, you were right. I know he knew it. He was sitting there going, okay, so if we go 5 times, we get exactly 90. So do we have to redo all that? No, we're just going to put our 5 there. 18 times 5 is 90. Do we have a remainder? No. So our answer for number 4, sorry. Our answer for number 5 was? Awesome. Okay, 59 goes into 944. This one's a little bit bigger. The first thing we're going to do is to do our estimate, which means ignore. So, we're going to ignore the 9, ignore the 4, and we're going to say how many times can 5 go into 94? How many times? This one being 5s should be a little easier. Can we just take it one step at a time? 5 goes into 9 once, with 4 left over. Drop down my other 4, and I have 44. 5 goes into 44, 8 times. How many of you guys say 18 is a good estimate for that? Good. So now it's time to actually do our estimate. So 18, remember that? 18. 9 times 8 is? Everybody, 9 times 8? Carry the 7. 8 times 5? Everybody, 8 times 5? Plus 7.
47.
Clean the house. Make Mama happy. Mama's happy. Hold the 0 spot. Mama looks funny. She looks like a duck. Next, 1 times 9 is?
9.
Everybody, 1 times 9 is?
9.
1 times 5 is?
5.
What's our next step? Does this look like it's close so far? 2 plus 0 is? 7 plus 9 is? 15, 16. And 4 plus 5 plus 1. Do we have a problem? Now to change our estimate, it looks like that's too big. 18 is way too big. 1062, does it look like 59? If we get rid of 59, we'll be right where we need to be? No, we're probably going to have to get rid of a couple. So instead of 18, we're going to go with 16. Let's do it quick. 1, 6. Multiply. 6 times 9 is? 54. Carry the 5. 6 times 5 is? 30 plus 5? 35. Clean the house, make Mama happy. Going to erase this 5, and now we have 1 times 9 is? 9. 1 1 times 5 is